Black Squirrel. What's up with you? All right, bro. I'm gonna see you. K-Mill. You see the animals fucking with me. You can't fake it. So look, every industry has a hating ass old head. I'm gonna have fun with this one. I'm gonna have fun with this one. Every industry has this problem where somebody that's put in more time, they get the feeling like they the industry is theirs. And how you doing? And oftentimes, what comes with that is this rivalry, right? It ends up becoming like a rivalry where you and the person you should be getting game from, they get to compete, you know? And let me say this, my friend was telling me about a situation they was going through, like the other night. They was saying like, they was saying like they at work, but when they be at work, it's always this lady that's always trying to provoke her into like getting into some sort of like back and forth, you know, so that management can get involved, etc., etc. So for me, I be confused about shit like that because in my head, and I guess it's the innocence, but in my head, I'm like, wouldn't you be hype like finding the next one, you know? But really, the way they take it, they take that as them being replaced or overlooked. So when that begins to happen, do you stay humble or do you shit on your competition? You hear me? Do you stay humble and you learn while the person teaching you is trying to compete? Or do you just say, I got this far shitting on niggas, so I'm about to shit on you? I say that like it goes back and forth. Sometimes you should just shit on them. But for the most part, stay humble. But I'll say this, right? If you are a young person in your industry or in your field and you have a lot of potential, the same way they say it's like lonely at the top, you like, you work hard to get to a certain position and then you look to your left, to your right, you don't see nobody no more. Or it's unfamiliar faces that you see. It's the same thing when you're starting off with like unlimited potential. You look left and right in your current place and it's like you may feel like you're on a different level. You said that hairline is diabolical, gang. You know what? I'm trying to uh I'm trying to model it after LeBron. He's my favorite player. So you hear me? Try to be like LeBron. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. You hear me? LeBron's the GOAT, right? Nah, for real, think about it. LeBron not the GOAT. You hear me? So why wouldn't I want to be like LeBron? Thank you, thank you. Nah, he not a hater. He just thought he was gonna ruin my life. He thought he was gonna ruin my day. He don't know. He don't know I come from an area where you fry to survive. You hear me? I grew up hearing all that shit, egghead, all that shit. You hear me? But put me in the room with your woman. She gonna like this hairline. You hear me? So anyway, thank you for subbing, bro. Subscribe, all that shit. Like, go watch the other lives. You're gonna love the content, bro. We just getting started with this live. I'm talking about how younger individuals deal with hate from old heads, and it's not all the time. Like, if you're dealing with a proper individual with actual wisdom, they will understand that any opportunity to pass on their legacy should be enough. It should fulfill them. But that's not always the case. You have people that are 40, 50 still chasing that, you know, whatever. And that just shows that they're not really happy with what they got going on, you know? And I'm telling you, it's more spiritual than it is physical, you know? Sorry. It's more spiritual than it is physical. When you're happy with what you have and when you're blessed, you're not gonna do too much. You know what I mean? But when you're in a place or you're in a position where you're still seeking validation from whatever factor it is you're seeking it from, when you find somebody that threatens it or that takes away from your validation, this is where it becomes spiritual and energy. You're gonna get mad, and you may not even know why you're mad, but your soul or your being will begin to do fuckery. Like, you'll start doing weird shit, you know? So, how would I advise against dealing with an old head that's trying to compete or an old head that's trying to just play, right? Thrive even more around them. Thrive even more. Because you think about it like this, right? If they're a good person, they will be happy to see you thriving. The only people that will try to hinder you or make you feel small when you're not small are the people that are threatened by you. The individuals that they're not happy with themselves. So because they're not happy with themselves, they have to try to make you unhappy with yourself. I laugh at those type of people. I literally get, like, when I get around those type of people, I get to laughing. They be like, what the fuck is wrong? Like, what's wrong with you? What's so funny? You just giggle. You hear me? That's how you deal with that shit. Giggle in their face. Because that's what's really hurting. They might not understand where you're coming from or like the source of your happiness. Whole time the source of your happiness and the source of your validation should come from you. You hear me? So, excuse me. Buddy said that hairline diabolical. It's not that bad. But I got cut it, gang. I got cut it. How you doing? I might got cut it. You hear me? Universe might be telling me it's time, gang. Oh shit. Yeah. I feel like I'd look even better bald though. I'm not gonna lie. I actually went bald in high school. Graduation day, I had cut everything off. You hear me? And I had waves while I was bald. I got the picture. Niggas not gonna believe me, but I'm the first nigga, and I'll post the picture. You hear me? I don't got no problem posting. But I'm the first nigga with waves on a bald head, and I have the photographic evidence. I ain't just talking to talk. You hear me? And sometimes dealing with someone that's older and like they're not, an older person, not 9 times out of 10 they're not really hating, you know. Most of the time they're looking at it from a perspective of, nigga, who do you think you are? Or, bro, you don't even know how much goes into this, you know. Usually they are coming from experience, you know. It might be a disconnect on how they see you accepting or appreciating the moment that you have at that time, you know? But That being said, when you see an individual or a younger person walking the wrong way, all you really can do is be a guide, a spirit guide to that person. Advise that person to go the right way. But when you get to trying to, I'm telling you, man, a lot of this should be more spiritual than it is physical. So down here in the physical realm, somebody will be acting a certain way, but it's all backhanded. You know, it's coming from a different intent than what's presenting here on the 3D plane. So you're taking in what they're doing, but your spirit the whole time is confused. You're like, bro, I don't like how I feel. Like this person's doing this, but it doesn't feel genuine, you know? And in that sense, that's when you know you're dealing with a hating ass person. But those people, you kill them with happiness, laughter. If you don't want to play into the games, because this is what real relationships are about, you know? Going through that day to day, where it's like, you know, you're doing the small talk and all that stuff, but their mind might be somewhere else, you know? And that might bleed into the conversation. Now you guys are fighting over something stupid, you know? That's the real part of relationships that people don't really take heed to. And you as a young person, don't think that every old head is a hater. Don't just think that when somebody tells you something you don't want to hear, that they're hating on you. Or when someone tells you you may not be able to do this, that they're hating on you. It's not all the time that somebody is hating. They shouldn't try to limit, but at the same time, truth is true and lie is lie. And somebody that's been on the path longer than you, they'll know a roadblock that you don't know about. But again, be wary of those individuals that they 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 want to stop you before you begin, if that makes sense. Because they had their chance, you know? So you gotta learn as much as you can from that individual, and then you apply it to yourself. And you don't always gotta speak up on what you learned, or like you don't always gotta be the person to like, how you doing?
Great, how are you?
Good, good, good. You don't gotta be the person to I kind of lost the train of thought there. It's all the same message. And my memory's shot, but I gotta slow down the weed. So yeah, you said you just reconnecting. Oh man, so just send me some TikToks. I'm feeling like that, yeah. TikTok on the clock, DJ turning music up. You remember Kesha? Y'all don't remember Kesha? I had the biggest crush on that girl. Kesha, man. She had another song, but her label, if I remember correctly, her label was doing her dirt. It's crazy, man. When you start a journey, you don't know nothing about what goes into it until you start it. And then once you start it, you get to seeing the BS that happens to the favorite people you listen to. Like, okay, the craziest thing that's happened to me in this music business. Niggas had an idea, right? I'm not even gonna say too much, but let's say you're having a group meeting with peers, you know, where you're planning out your future, writing it down, all that type of shit. I'm talking whiteboard shit. You create an idea or you say something, right? And then somebody, they hear that idea and they're like, yo, bet, bet. and then they go and patent it up, get the documents behind it. They now own the idea that you, yeah. These are the things you have to watch out for in the industry. But when you're an innocent person, like, oh, I like music, I want to do this, you don't know about those type of things, you know? So it's like, it becomes a war zone. The thing that was for fun, it becomes a war zone, you know? And sometimes you just let people win. You let people win the battle. Shit, they could win 6 battles in a row. But let's say you get that airstrike on that 7th mission, who won the war? If I knock out all your bases on the last play of the war and you can't hit back, what does that mean? It means you're done. Finito. What Chief Keef say? We gonna go on blow New Jersey, yeah. My chain, I ain't gone. You hear me? So yeah, this nigga playing disc frisbee. Really just a personal diary for myself, where I give myself game. Enjoy the moment. Oh, they blocked my video because I was showing Ronaldinho. Oh, they hate. That wasn't a bad video. I'm sick. I recorded it live last night and just got an email that the video got blocked. Because it was showing footage of Ronaldinho. And it was Brazil versus France. I don't remember what year. Maybe 2008 or some shit. They all were looking older, so probably 2008. 2000, yeah, probably 2008. But the volume wasn't loud of the game, so I don't understand why they would cut it. Fuck it. We keep it going. So you're gonna lose people on your journey. Now I'm talking about music. People are gonna fall off the branch. Like let's say you're a tree. People are gonna fall off, like the leaves are gonna fall off the branches, right? But then you're gonna blossom and then more leaves are gonna come. For me specifically, right? I started with a lot of people. And then slowly by slowly, or slowly, why worry about that fuck ass car? That little ass fuck ass car. Anyway, people, how you doing? You wanna say hi? The girls say hi now. Anyway, chill, chill, chill. Be nice, Hakeem. Be nice. Be nice, be nice. People are gonna fall off, but it's not for you to take offense because fast forward to now, when I look left and right, I see new people that are giving me new plays, that are putting me in higher positions. The people you start with are not always gonna want you to get to where you said you wanted to go because that might not always involve them. Or you might have to end up outgrowing. Or they've realized, oh, I'm gonna get replaced because can't do this, or this, you know? It's important to start with who you began with, or continue with who you started with, but it's not always gonna play out like that, especially with stuff like creativity, things that involve creating. because emotions lead those type of endeavors. And if you're not in a place where your emotions can be safe, disharmony will come. That nobody wins when disharmony is occurring, you know. Allow the new people to help though. It's not for you to be questioning their every doing. Allow them to work their magic. If Allah brings somebody into your life to change it and you're stuck trying to assess the person, you're gonna mess up your own blessing, if that makes sense. But if you if you open yourself up and you just flow, then eventually you'll get to a place where you'll see progress. For me, I chose doing music at the expense of my perception, like, and people always say like, don't worry about how people perceive you, but that matters too, though. You know, how society views you definitely plays into how they treat you. You understand? But the fact that I picked this route for myself, this struggling ass, you don't know what will happen, what won't happen. You're just going on a path and you just like the whole path is just you don't even know. It's the most I hate I hate that this is what I want to do, but it makes me have way more of a respect for the individuals that walked it before me. Whether you're a high level artist, you know, or you're a regular artist. Everybody's a regular artist, but you know, different people have different doors that they've been through, you know? So the more doors you go through, I guess, the more success you can have. You know, a nigga like me, I ain't been through that many doors, so I'm just trying to get it how I can. But I'm telling you, bro, one of the best pieces of advice one of my OGs gave me, my old head, that's not a hater, by the way. He's one of the ones that are doing it right. One of the real ones. Shout out Darren Falana. He told me that he told me, Hakeem, that's a chipmunk. Hold on. Where'd it go? Oh, go outside. I'm trying to remember what he told me. I tried to finesse it when I switched the camera and showed the chipmunk. That was the time that I was gonna use to regain my thought. That thought ain't come yet. Stop smoking weed. Stop smoking weed. Cause I be going and then I just lose my train of thought right there as I'm having it. I'm 23, that's not good. Nigga gonna be 40 years, I ain't gonna remember shit. I'm just be looking at niggas. Like, what is your name? Sorry. Damn, I wish I remember the point I was trying to make. OG's giving me a lot of advice though. He's giving me a lot of advice. If it's meant to be, it'll come back. Oh, they're playing tennis. Good serve. Damn. Yeah, that was out. Cap for his mans. It's a good serve though. Damn. That nigga serve got him. Damn. He said 40 love. 40 love. Hey, I remember tennis. I went to a tennis summer camp in Wilmington when I was in Delaware. That was around 2012 maybe, when I was like middle school. It was fun. It was fun. I had a lot of fun during that time. Yeah, don't always think that individuals are, just don't get into the mindset where you think everybody's trying to hinder you, you know? Because that's not the case. Once you start to get into a place where it's like you think everybody against you, then you the one that's against yourself. Because it can't be everybody and then you straight. I'm talking to myself because I know myself. I always end up getting upset or offended about how a situation plays out. And then when I reflect, 9 times out of 10, it was probably me. I gotta be able to say that to myself, you know? This old head, when I seen him last time, called me an idiot because I was on his side. Or it looks like the old head that had called me an idiot. I ain't do nothing though. I wasn't really pressed. He's old, you know? So it wasn't for me to get mad. If anything, I understood where he was coming from. His hip probably hurt. And that little twerk that he had to do when he seen me, reconnect and go. I'm behind you. Virginia, they say Virginia's for lovers. I say Virginia's undercover. Ooh, ooh, that's a bar. That's a bar. And be teachable, bro. As a young boy, this isn't just me bashing old heads. You gotta be a teachable individual. People have to be able to teach you. You don't have all the answers, ain't you, young? It's not possible. You could be an old soul or whatever, but it doesn't matter. You have to be teachable. Someone that's older has to be able to look you in your eye and tell you what it is, and you can't get offended. If you get offended every time somebody older's trying to give you a game, you a fucked up individual. You hear me? You're not supposed to be like that. If you're thinking about it from an energy standpoint, for someone that's been here longer, they obviously have more intelligence than you do because they've seen more walks of life, they've seen more obstacles. So, in what sense would it make sense? In what sense would it make sense? In which sense would it make sense for you to discredit or try to like not listen to somebody that's been doing something longer than you? So it's a double message that I'm giving with this live specifically. Be teachable and be opening. I said be open to listening, but at the same time, know when you're dealing with somebody that's a hater. Because all heads can be haters too, not just the niggas your age. Nigga, an old head could be a big hater, and they have the power to try to prevent you, because they probably had people do the same to them. And instead of learning or upgrading as a soul in the moment when it got presented to them, they did exactly what it is that they saw, you know? And that's where shit get unchy. Shit get treacherous. I need a bike. I probably do need a bike. I'm not gonna lie, since I moved to Virginia, I probably walked over 400 miles. I go on walks every day. It's crazy. And don't get it fucked up, I go on a run too. I do those too. All right, I'm gonna end this live, but I'm probably about to go live again, for real, for real.